Hello, 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 beautiful people. Let's see how we can adjust that. Really want to make sure we have the background. Uh-oh. Is that working? I think that's good. All right. This is just cuckoo. Hopefully you all are having a blessed, peaceful, prosperous, and productive, what's today? Thursday afternoon thus far. It is your girl, Miss Lee, full-time real estate entrepreneur and success coach based here out of the beautiful Atlanta.
Did you know that scooters have brakes? You don't know how?
How?
Because you're supposed to wear no shoes with socks and then you're supposed to use your feet. You're supposed
No, you're
No,
not.
you're supposed to use your feet to stop it.
No, that is like Fred Flintstone stuff. You're supposed to wear sneakers and stop it with your sneakers with socks on.
I mean inside.
Maybe.
That's how I stop.
Guys, I tell you, when it comes to buying and selling real estate, one of the most important things is the terms and agreements that you have within your contract. And like I said to one of my team members a moment ago, one of the most really important things is what is your binding date? What are the terms? What is the inspection period? And what is the closing date? Really, it's those four things: binding date, inspection period, terms, closing date. Four really important things. Okay? Binding date, terms, inspection period, and closing date. And terms can be like, what is the contract amount? What is the contract? What the terms are like? Price, if it's vacant or occupied, what are we going to do? Based on the inspection of the property, what is to happen? What are the actual terms within that contract? You really want to make sure whenever you are buying a property that you are very clear on the terms, you are very clear on the binding date, you are very clear on the inspection period, you are very clear on the closing date, and that you don't ever let that closing date go. Never allow yourself to go out of contract without signing a new binding agreement with the seller. And if you have a contract with the buyer, make sure that you are signing a new binding contract with the buyer as well. So always keep track of all of the terms and conditions within your contract, and always keep track of the time frames and due diligence terms and time frames within your contract as well. Super important. So that's my nugget for today. Contract, the binding date, the terms, the inspection period, the closing date. Never lose track of that. Always be professional, always making sure that you are sticking to the terms within your agreements, and always making sure that you know what your agreements are. In my company, I have a closing coordinator, and this is something that I like for us to do on a daily basis. Really, like, what are our contract terms? How many more days do we have on contract A? How many more days do we have on contract B? And I'm going to write that down. How many days on contract A? And I'm going with it with the transaction, and how many days on contract B. Key. How many days on contract A? How many days on contract B? Hopefully this is helpful. It is your girl, Miss Lee, full-time real estate entrepreneur and success coach based here out of the beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Guys, if you haven't grabbed a copy of my new book, The Roadmap to Wholesaling Real Estate, what are you waiting on? Grab yourself a copy of it today. You can get your copy at my website, MissKiaLee.com. That's MSKIA MissKeely.com, where I cover how to buy a property, how to sell a property, all of the things in between. Grab your copy today, and if there's any questions, thoughts, or feedback on my book, drop a line below. Tell me what you think about the book. Tell me your thoughts on the things that I covered a moment ago. And if I left anything out, feel free to drop that below as well. I'm always learning. Even though I've been in this business going on 10 years, I forever remain a student no matter what. And I don't know what's going on with my eyelash, Lord, but I remain a student no matter what. Always be a student, no matter how many years you've been in it. There's always something you can learn. And another thing that I wanted to mention, like my guy, Grant Cardone, says, assume responsibility for everything. In my company, even if it's not my fault, it's my fault. What could I have?
This is the brakes.
Oh, really?
You're supposed to, like, when your foot is on it, you're supposed to put your other foot back and then push it down.
And then push it down. Gotcha. Yeah, so even if it's not my fault, it's my fault. What could I have done to prevent a situation from happening? So assume responsibility for everything. Don't blame it on anyone else. At the end of the day, you are the CEO. It is your company. If things don't go right, you assume responsibility. Of course, if you are delegating tasks to other team members within your company, then of course they accept, you know that it's not fully on you, but at the end of the day, did you train them right? Are they fully aware? Do they know? Are they aware of their task? And if they are, then, I don't know. I have to talk to Grant about that one day. Like, what if everybody knows everything? I think at the end of the day, he would still say, assume responsibility for everything. It is your fault that you have someone in the position who knows everything they're supposed to do and they're still not doing it. So you're the one that hired them. So therefore, it's on you. And I love it. I'm big on assuming responsibility for everything. Even if it's not my fault, it's my fault. Until next time, it is your girl, Miss Lee, full-time real estate entrepreneur and success coach based here out of the beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Check me out on Instagram at MissKeely.com. Also at Miss Keely, or at my website, MissKeely.com. Until next time, you guys have a blessed, peaceful, and prosperous Thursday afternoon. Peace.